Yo, what's up, guys? It's Chris P44S back again with another video, boss fight to be exact, in the game AM SETSUNA. So this boss is the Stout Sheep, and he gave me a lot of trouble the first couple times I fought him. And I figured out a pretty good formation, so I want to share it with you guys and some pretty good tactics to help you guys get through this boss. So the loadout I decided to go with was Endir in the front, Nadir, and then Adarina. And my idea in the beginning of this fight was to spam slow with Adarina, keep my players tight so I could use aura with Endir, and use Nadir as a tank, using provoke a lot. And between all that, like, as long as I had enough health, I would, and with no momentum, I would just do flat out attacks with Endir and Nadir to do damage as fast as I could. When I got momentum orbs, I would use some more of their tech or skills to deal some extra damage. About like midway through the match, I decided that I had him pretty well slowed down, and my my speed to my attack speed was pretty high at that point. So I decided to switch up my tactics, and I started to use Dream Shatter a lot with Adarina, which will cause stun and confusion. I felt like this helped me out. I'm not sure how much it helped, but I think it did. It kind of kept a lot of time between his attacks later in the game as I built up the stun and confusion against this enemy. The big ticket to beating this boss, though, that I didn't figure out until a little bit later in the fight, was that you could actually stone the boss using Nadir's Stone Slash. So the reason I decided to do Stone Slash, or start using it, is because when you have a momentum orb and you use Stone Slash, activating the momentum will actually heal all your players. So as you can see, Adarina kind of got separated from the group, so when I tried to use aura with Endir, it would really only work if we were targeting Endir on those two players, and I actually couldn't reach Adarina. But using the Stone Slash with momentum, I could heal around like 200 health points using that skill. But what actually ended up happening, and I didn't think it would, but I actually ended up stoning the Stout Sheep, which was perfect, because the biggest problems I was having facing this boss is when you get him down to like under half health, around 2,000 hit points. He has a couple healing skills that are really powerful. He has one called Hibernation, where he does around where he'll heal around 1,000 hit points, and he has another like regen spell that'll heal 799 health points every round. So that makes it really hard unless you can deal over 800 damage points, or unless you can hurt him over 800 health points, you know, which is pretty hard when you're trying to cast like protect and defensive spells as well as attacking at the same time. So I found out, and that was my biggest problem fighting him, was like the first time I fought him, I got him down to around 2,000, and I was like, okay, like we can just attack, and we should get him down. But then he starts healing, and it's like, oh my god, like this is just turning into a giant stalemate, and it wasn't working out at all. And like the first time I was trying to spam haste and slow at the same time with Adarina, and it just wasn't working out at all. I really feel like having Adarina and Nadir is probably the best way. Endir is, having Endir in is probably could be interchangeable at this point, and you can use Setsuna or Kier if you want. The reason I didn't really like Kier was because even at like level 30, which is where all my characters are around right now, he still only has like low 200s, so he can get killed pretty fast, and then you're kind of like forced to waste 2 action sequences or moves in one round, so to speak. So like the biggest thing you want is with Ederina is to spam her slow spell, or this is what worked for me anyways, to spam slow spell and the Dream Shatter to get the stun and confusion, which will slow him down even more on top of using the slow spell. And then you really want Nadir to, you could probably spam Stone Slash really early on and totally freeze him and incapacitate him at a really early point in this game. But that, I mean, that's pretty much like the ticket right there. Is like, I mean, obviously, like if you can incapacitate any enemy and continue to deal damage, you know, you're pretty much gonna be the victor at that point. So I think it's coming up right around this point in the battle when Nadir takes his next turn. You'll see that I used the Stone Slash, and at that point it will stone him, and I'm pretty much free to do whatever I want. Like I said, Endir's pretty interchangeable, but I feel like he's a really good damage. I mean, he's pretty much like all around really awesome. So there it is. There's the Stone Slash, which pretty much, you know, like seals the end of this fight totally. And that's probably like the key thing to this whole video and to this whole boss is, and I didn't really think that you could stone a boss, you know, because usually that's just like not an option, but for whatever reason this boss you can, and I guess I'm going to try to do it in other with other boss battles just to see if it works, because I mean, like, obviously, like this tactic, you know, is pretty much unstoppable, and potentially if you can stone break all the bosses, you know, like that's kind of like a game breaking thing in my opinion, as long as you can keep, you know, Nadir alive. If you can stone bosses, like that's pretty much game over really. So that's gonna pretty much wrap up my video. I hope you're not having problems with this boss, but if you are, I hope this video helped you out. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment down below if you have any other questions. Other than that, I'll see you guys later.